Welcome to episode 32, our finale episode of season 3 of For Better Best Podcast. It's your boy, Charles, beloved, and I'm here with we retired the name. It used to be her Twitter handle, but I'm going to say it today, Red Bone Ring, because she's wearing red. Beautiful, sensational. So many, I've said enough adjectives over 12 episodes, 11. The host of the show, Mrs. Shireen Kirkendall. What's up, baby?
Oh, it's the last one. We had such a good time.
We had a great run. In the podcast. Normally, we're on these episodes talking about whether we may or may not come back. I feel very confident to say that this is not the end.
So we were at Blavity House Party a few weeks ago, or Blavity Fest in Atlanta a few weeks ago, and so many people came up to me and was like, I love your podcast.
Wow.
And randomly, I had when my best friend called me and said an old friend wanted my phone number, and he called me. He was like, I just wanted to call you. I didn't want to text you because I'm like, he DMs me. I was like, why didn't he just DM me? He was like, I just needed you to hear my voice when I say, like, your podcast is so good. Y'all have gotten so much better season over season.
Wow.
Like, keep going. And just people have been pouring into us. So please keep doing it because getting here every week is not easy some weeks. But we just thank y'all for the commitment. We hopefully have some things coming down the pipeline. Yeah,
some stuff in the pipeline that might make beloved, keep going,
That might make it a little easier. So y'all keep praying for us. Keep watching us. Please share, subscribe, send it to a friend.
Yeah.
But a few weeks ago, we talked about Oxtail Off and how we helped scaled it. And I will say we were in the trenches. It was me, Charles, Kareem, and our fourth business partner that we did not acknowledge, ChatGPT.
AI, yes.
AI really helped us be able to do a lot of things that would have taken a lot more brain
power, bandwidth,
that we just did
support, budget, money, resourcing. Should I keep going?
So you kind of started with AI. Can
you say that again? Because I love when you talk nasty to me. Say that again.
You started with AI.
Oh,
so
you turned me on.
Please.
I'm just saying, this is how it's feeling. I like when you hear her giving me compliments, Orlando. This ain't our typical jazz. So keep going.
You came to me and said, I found an AI platform and I'm going to create the deck for this so we can start trying to sell it and pitch to people to buy into our vision. Talk about your mindset, because honestly, I have used ChatGPT, but I didn't even think about it for a day. I was like, oh wow, there are.
Yeah. So I have a couple of people to kind of thank for my AI adoption, and I just want to say us as Black people. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
I mean, we are Black.
We are late adopters to things, and then not only do we end up being the late adopters, we're the ones that end up being the end users and not actually monetizing off of it. I look at it from video game, like it's just so many different facets. I think about social media. We on the TikTok, the tech, like we the ones that get to it late. We don't actually own it. We're not understanding the platform early, and we miss out. And so I was, again, I'm not saying that critical of others. That was me. I've known about AI. I've seen.
You were anti-AI, so I was actually Charles. Charles, don't
that
sit
is
up
true.
here and lie.
Okay, I won't lie. Because of the human touch.
Because I have been telling you to use ChatGPT for a year.
Yeah, you have been telling me.
I was like, you got to write that. Honestly, I'm like, use ChatGPT.
Yeah,
it will help you. You're like, I don't need you.
Because I'm a good writer. I'm really good with my words, and so I was critiquing her because that's not maybe necessarily her strong suit.
Excuse me.
No.
I have 2 degrees.
Why? Now you're going to degree shame? You're going to degree shame right now?
Do you know how much writing it takes to get through a master's program?
I don't know. I actually don't know because I didn't do it.
I'm a very good writer.
Okay, but furthermore, I believe that when it comes to text and script, I'm pretty good at it. So I wasn't an early adapter, but Morgan had been encouraging, pushing. Morgan Debaun, CEO Blavity. Shout out our book. What does it say behind me?
I was about to say.
I can't see the name.
Rewrite the rules.
Morgan Debaun. I read it front to back. Phenomenal book. Make sure y'all go get it. Literally.
And he doesn't read.
And I don't even read. And it was a page turner. Will change your whole perspective on the way in which you live your life. So we'll get to that in a second. But she had been encouraging me and then the company to be on AI like deeply from an efficiency standpoint.
Yeah.
And then secondarily, XIA, who is an AI expert. We had them come speak at Afrotech. But before that, they were speaking at Black Men in Tech Conference. And I sat in on their panel, and they were the ones that really broke down AI in a way that made me say, hey, if I'm really about to build this Oxtail Off, I have to do it with this fourth partner. And it was just made so plain for me by X. And they were just sharing like how they used ChatGPT as a thought partner. I had never heard it explained that way. I was like, oh, it's like an autocorrect. It's kind of how I thought about it initially. Oh, you put, just some of the thoughts and it'll just synthesize it or make it a little bit more palatable or change your language in a way. But I already, I got gravitas. I know how to use good words. So I didn't think that it was needed. But when they explained that they used it as a thought partner and really tried to train AI on who the audience is that they're talking to and make AI that audience and then ask it questions to spit out things that you have not thought about. And that's when I said, oh my God. And then they talked about how they took it to the next step and not only used AI as a thought partner to build, and I'm going to use real world applications of this with the Oxtail Off. Then they introduced me to Beautiful AI, where they were like, hey, I used ChatGPT to create my guide and walk them through, effectively who they are, such as, hey, you're a brand partner. I'm trying to pitch this idea to you. You tell me what my sponsorship levels and things are that I should be able to offer to you. And then it's like, oh, well, you can sell your stage. You can sell a beverage sponsorship. You can do, and like literally list it out, all the different components of the Oxtail Off after I trained them on what this concept was, what we were looking to achieve, who the people are that were going to be in attendance. So you can't, if you have a very simple prompt, you're going to get, still a beautiful looking, simple answer. But if you have a detailed prompt and you go add links and you really train AI or ChatGPT on what it is that you are looking to get out of it. So it's the more you put in, the more you get out. And then taking that outline and then putting the Beautiful AI, which is a deck creation platform. And it was able to formulate my slides for me. And then you go back and you use AI to create the pictures to illustrate what it is. Like, bro,
you created it in like a week.
And I was floored. What would have taken me, thousands of dollars, because deck creation and edits and all of that. I would have went to an outside vendor to help beautify it, all of that sort of a thing. I would have been over $1,000 in spend. I want to say Beautiful AI was maybe $40. And I might be under, maybe max. I spent $200 between ChatGPT and Beautiful AI to create the deck that brought in tens of thousands of dollars to the business. You understand what I'm saying? So, wow. Let's just start there.
So what I heard is that next time I'm telling you to use something, I should put together a presentation.
God. No, it would have been good to see. And so I started the podcast being somewhat critical of our late adaptation while saying that I too am one of the late adapters in this field and space to say like, hey y'all, this is not some foreign, you got to be a genius to really understand it. No, it's really, really, really basic things that we're using and applying this tool for. Use some of the use cases at work that you're using AI for.
So I adopted ChatGPT earlier than Charles, but I have been hearing about it forever. I use it in both my professional life, my personal life, my entrepreneurship. I use ChatGPT in everything. So when I thought about chat, and I have learned more and more about it over the years. For work, my company was very clear before they gave us access to it. Please do not use AI for anything work related. We are vetting companies to make sure that they meet our security requirements. Yeah. Because I will say that about AI. You don't know where that stuff is going.
Yeah, don't put no confidential data in there now.
Yeah. You like
let's be clear.
You don't put stuff in because it's going into the ether, and we don't know where it's going to end up. So I that's my one warning to people.
Responsible AI is what we're calling it. Yeah.
And some of y'all don't got no common sense. I'm just gonna put it out there. So if your work has not cleared you to use it, and you're using it at work, please do not put proprietary or or secret information, like this is like a company secret. Please don't put it into this random AI tool because you don't know where that ends up. But for Oxtail Off, Charles would come and be like, I need you to write an email to XYZ, to all the judges. I would go into ChatGPT, and like he said, I would be granular in my prompt. At that point, my ChatGPT already knew Oxtail Off because I had created so much stuff.
Yeah.
So it knew.
So you already saw a continued thought partner.
Yeah. So it already knew. So I would go in and say, please write an email to the Oxtail Off judges for day of comms. This is the address. Here's what time we would like them there. Here's where we would like them to park. Here is and it would write it out beautifully. And then if it was, because sometimes ChatGPT can be wordy, I would say, and do this in a 500 words or less. Or it would give me something, I'm like, make that shorter, please.
Yeah. So literally a back and forth conversation.
You can go in and you can just add and add and add. And to your point, you said you have gravitas, right? You want things to be in your voice. You can also train ChatGPT to write in your voice. So you can either...
Yeah, Morgan does the next level. I'm not there yet, but she has some next level things that like sound like her. Like, I'm not there yet, but yeah, it can...
People be cursing their ChatGPT out. People have taught their ChatGPT Ebonics and like how to speak phonetically, like Black people. So you can, just like you said, the more you put in it, the more you get out of it. And then on the work side, if my company has cleared us, we have our own. I have a professional ChatGPT. But they also warn us. They're like, please do not put any private company data into this tool.
Yeah, y'all ain't gonna be able to blame for better best for losing your job.
Yeah, like no,
I just want to be very clear.
I told you. So, but for that, like if my boss is asking me to create a deck, if I'm working with a partner org, so for me, if I'm using it for that, like to your point, it is optimization because the time it would take me to really think through something, I can think through like what are my key points that I want it to write out, and I can put it in. My concern about ChatGPT is for the youth because they do not know how to write. They have not written 15-page papers where they had to go to a library and find a book.
Find a book
and read the book.
Read it and then mess with the margins a little bit to extend the paper and make the bullets, to make the dots a little space the dots. Like, you already know the tricks of the trade we had to do to write that long. So
I will say my concern is for our youth. When I think about my children, I'm like, they're already using ChatGPT to write stuff. Like where I'm in HR, I'm in recruiting, and we've been talking about like people using ChatGPT for application questions or like interviewers figuring out that someone is like answering the questions and probably using ChatGPT because interviews are virtual. They're using ChatGPT in the background. So it's like people are also using it to turn off their brain. Which I don't agree with. To your point, like I know if I need to write an email, I can write an email. I'm using ChatGPT to help me do it faster. So to me, that is my biggest concern about as AI continues to grow, how do people not use it in a way that like makes us
abusive,
makes us dumber.
I mean, I know for a fact, and I can say this pretty confidently, if I was growing up in this era, I would be dumb because I would not write anything. They'd be like, hey, like when they were talking about plagiarism and all things you shouldn't do, I was on the cusp. You know, what was the website that you could go to and get like, you could Cliffnotes. You remember Cliffnotes, Orlando?
Cliffnotes.
I was Mr. Cliffnote, and then don't call on me. Don't call. I could thespian and get the room on my side.
But I don't actually have
I read
the
it, but I did not read it at all. And so I would absolutely be probably likely abusing AI in a non-responsible manner in this area if I was like in school or something like that.
So I think in school, I think in interviews, but you had a friend who, and to me, this is just showing like the vastness of ChatGPT. You had a friend who you were saying like they needed to update their resume and you told them, make sure you're using AI to help you with your resume. And to your point, I've heard people say like, I put my resume into ChatGPT because it does have a document function. So you can use it to, if you have a 20-page doc you need to read, you can use it to synthesize that document.
Absolutely.
But you can also put a resume in and say, hey, I'm applying to these kind of job, program manager jobs.
Bro, the level of I'm sorry, I mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
But, you know, in my recruiter days, I would always try and tell people to tailor their resume to the role and this, that, and a third, and have different iterations of your resume when you're trying to switch gears in your career. Now ChatGPT makes that so easy, and this person had public-facing work and titles that they had done with. I said, if you don't plug the links to those to the things that you produced, plus your old resume, plus your bio on LinkedIn, like they will put that resume together for you, and then you edit it.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Then you do the additional due diligence, add the data points, the specific metrics and stuff. You do that on the back end, but let them create your overall guide. Even at the Oxtail Off, we had like a few hiccups, and we had a few people that requested refunds. And I was like, yo, Kareem was managing it, but then I would read his beautiful response. I said, that man probably provide an empathetic reply from the Oxtail Off, offering a refund and a complimentary next ticket. And then he would CC me on it, and I was like, look at this beautiful ChatGPT response, so we could just kind of automate,
I remember one time
process.
I was sending a friend flowers for something, but I was on a call. And I was like, I'm in back-to-backs. I want to send, and because I wanted it to get there the next day, I'm like, I got to do it right now.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to pay attention to the call, but I'm also trying to like put in the info, and it's like put in for the card. I go to ChatGPT. I'm like, please write a empathetic message for a friend who recently is going through XYZ. And it put it, and I said, please make it shorter. And it made it shorter. Literally
ship it.
2 minutes later, I put that into the note part. I put in my credit card info. Cards were sent. So it's just like even stuff like that you can use it for. And to your point, like you can say, make it very corporate. Yeah. You can say, make it more heartfelt. Like you can
make it direct. Yeah. When you're standing on business, like there's levels to this, y'all. And you not adopting and adapting to this is slowing you down. Yeah. I mentioned the flyer. And I was very intentional about the flyer, as I mentioned a couple episodes ago, that I wanted it to feel like it was going to be a lot of people there. But I knew I wanted AI-generated people from a whole bunch of different places from across the diaspora.
You've never liked using like stock
photo. No, I don't feel like it feels real. And then the AI people, I just felt like it felt so authentic. It was beautiful. It had different shades of individuals. It celebrated all the different cultures with the flags. And then we got crazy great traction on it, but maybe later, maybe a month and a half into me running ads, which got a different audience involved, they were like, oh, how dare you have AI people? You could have got an artist to design a custom flyer. I said, what? So I got into a back and forth with
Charles,
the person.
I'd be like, get out of these comments.
I am who I am. The Lord's not through with me yet, and I decided to engage. I had time today to have an insightful dialogue about the choice. Yes,
with
it was.
A stranger on the internet
about the choices that I made regarding the flyer, and they were just really standing on business that I should have used Canva, stock photo for the photo. And I said, so stealing somebody's likeness. That's an actual person. It's better than generating fake people and hiring a black-owned business to create the AI flyer for me. I'm like, girl, like AI is the future. Sure, yeah. You need to get on it or you're going to get left behind. And so, no, that was it. There was no takeaway. I just went back and forth with her for a while. She eventually conceded and thanked me.
Did she concede?
No, she thanked me. She
said,
on
the internet?
No, she said I was sweet because I stood on business, then I changed my tone. But I'm sorry, that's how I am generally.
So, that is how you are generally. So that is our pitch for folks to, like, please do your research on AI, get into it. I was actually, there's a lawyer that I follow on Instagram, and she posted that 2 lawyers, obviously, if you're a lawyer, that's a lot of reading, it's a lot of research. And 2 lawyers used AI to help them with cases. But AI, they did not do the research after AI gave them the output. You're supposed to then go verify it. Yeah. They did not verify it, and AI gave them fake cases. Oh, jeez. And they got fined by the judge. So use AI responsibly. Yes. If this is something that can be proven, if it's giving you facts, you might want to go fact check it just to make sure. Yeah. Before you put
we gave a lot of disclaimers, but really do not be scared. Like just take the first simple thing that you could think about that is a need of yours that takes time away from you, and then just pay the money. I think they even do a free trial and just see how that tool, ChatGPT or Claude or beautiful AI from a deck presentation standpoint can help. And then just take it day by day. Like I am not an AI expert by any stretch of the imagination. Like XIA, that's an AI expert. So there are levels to this, but just take the most simple thing that you could think about that is a task that is mundane, or comms that you need to write, or scripting and or a deck that you need to create, or an outline that you need to create for whatever, a grocery, like literally, I want to make this dish of food. Create me a grocery list or a recipe or an invite to my birthday. Like anything that
I'm
takes
going on a
time.
Trip. Please research
and give me an itinerary. You know what I mean? Of the key highlights, things that to do, the best restaurant. Oh my God, it's just so much. And just get on board. Do not get left behind. That's my AI pitch.
So we are wrapping up the season.
I wish AI could go on some of these trips I'm about to take.
I was about to say, Charles would like AI to go stand in.
I wish AI could clone me for my robust calendar of activities that I have going on. I know y'all love the summer wrap up.
Yeah, so we're actually ending the season now because there's
no time.
There's
time. What is time?
What is time?
What is time? That is a great question.
Like,
yo, that might need to be the name of the episode. What is time?
A friend of mine hit me yesterday and was like, "Can y'all do this one of these weekends?" I said, "Girl, I don't. Not even zero."
September. I was like, "What do you want to do? October?"
I said, I have zero time. Like Charles is not here almost every weekend this summer.
Yeah, this summer. Yeah, not even just a month.
Because Hennessy is about.
You want me to start? You want me to start?
Yeah, go ahead.
So obviously we had Oxtail Off. That was 2 weeks ago. Last week we had Blavity Fest, featured Kirk Franklin and 2 Chains. That was great. This weekend is BET Award weekend here in LA.
So you're local.
So I'm local, thankfully. Next weekend is Render ATL. I'll be back in the A. Week after that.
Get your tickets to Render.
It's Cannes. We're going to Cannes, France. I'm hosting some events out in Cannes. We get back. I leave Cannes. I go to Chicago to host Black Yacht Weekend, which is going to be absolutely bonkers and insane. The day I heard you, Orlando. It's going up. The day after Black Yacht Weekend ends, I fly back to Europe. We meet in Spain.
We meet in New York to fly to Europe together.
We go to Spain. We have a wedding in not Spain.
Lisbon.
In Lisbon. We come back from Lisbon. We go directly into Essence Fest. I leave Essence Fest. I'm throwing a party in New York. After New York, like, do I need to keep going? I have to go to Columbus to speak. After Columbus, I can keep going, y'all. This is literally my life. And I am so blessed and honored to be this booked and this busy. This is a year of leap of faith, full-time entrepreneurship with these different sectors, working for companies working with Blavity and working with Hennessy, doing my own independent things, doing this podcast, and just like to be able to put all of these pieces together to create the life that I want. And the best part about it, some of this stuff is weak stuff when I go to France and stuff. But more times than not, I am at home Monday to Thursday, picking up, doing drop off with my kids and fitting all of this stuff around that and living. Honestly, this is the shout out to the book, rewriting my rules of what I want my life to look like. And so I am really happy to be in a space now where I am doing what I love. I am locked in on the love things, the building things, the being on stage, entertaining people things. Like that is what I'm focusing my time doing, in addition to spending time with my beautiful, amazing family. And I'm just really, really, really blessed to be heading into the summer this booked and busy.
Yeah. And you are Hennessy's newest cultural strategist.
Yeah. And there's some stuff coming there. I don't want to announce it yet.
No.
I don't want to announce it yet.
You are working on stuff. And I was like, oh, that sounds great. I said, when are you supposed to do that, Charles?
I was like, I want it to be like, they're like, yeah, we want this now.
I was like, what? I was like, oh, is this for next year? He was like, no, it's for I said, when will you do this?
So it's more being put on top of that. But yeah, no, we're in a really good space. But what you excited about for the future? And for the summer?
What am I excited about for the summer? So we have, honestly, y'all, CJ been out of school staring at us all weekend, living his best life.
Yeah. It's staying up all times of the night.
Doing Legos in the middle of the living room. So I am happy for my son. We're doing a birthday party for CJ. This is his first birthday. I won't say it's his first birthday party, but it's his first birthday party in a few years. We've done trips before. We've done small stuff with friends, but this is his first year doing like an actual party. Look at you smiling.
Friends from school,
friends
all
from
of that.
School,
our friends, yeah.
So, and I told Charles, obviously we have a lot of kids, a lot of friends with kids, and I told Charles, I said, I want to be intentional. So if any of our friends see CJ's birthday party and your kid wasn't invited,
before you give us shade.
Before you give us shade, I said, CJ's turning 8. I don't want a whole bunch of 2 and 3-year-olds at his party. Like, that's not fun for him. I don't want him to, and he's so sweet. He's so mindful.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't want him in the pool splashing.
Worrying about splashing.
Yeah, worrying about
people,
splashing. Yeah. So y'all will be invited to Carter's birthday party.
This is a five and up.
Yeah, this is a 5 and up birthday party. And honestly, really 6 and up birthday party because he's turning 8. But yeah, he's so excited about that, and I am trying to be super mom, get everything planned around Charles's schedule. Literally, I was like, so when we doing his birthday party?
Yeah, I was like, we're gonna do it on Saturday, Sunday, the week before his birthday.
You fly in that morning, and we're doing a birthday party that afternoon,
and then I fly out the next day.
And yes, so well, the next day's Father's Day. So
day after Father's Day. So, I made sure to be home Father's Day and for CJ's birthday.
So you're here for Father's Day with your kids, but I'm just excited for the fall and the kids like CJ going to 3rd. I can't believe my baby is that old.
Yeah.
I just look at him some days. He walked out of our room the other day looking like George Jefferson, just head all in the air, and I was like, when did you become this? Like, yeah. So I'm excited for what next steps look like for him, you know, making friends, growing as a human, and then just seeing like what life looks like for you.
Yeah.
And how I support you as I single parent.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of that. It's gonna be a lot of that this summer.
For the next 3 months. But also, I think for myself, like, you know, planning our 10-year.
It's about to be crazy.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Invites coming soon, y'all. Don't y'all worry. You see we're a little busy, but we say we're gonna give y'all a year. So y'all will get them before July.
And then just iterating on the Oxtail Off, like what does that look like? Obviously, you have ideas. I have ideas.
Yeah. Co-founder. Did I make the wrong decision?
Y'all know Charles is type A, so he want his decisions to be the decision. But just like, how do we continue to build that? Yeah. Like, I have so many sponsorship ideas for that. So I'm just like excited to see that grow. And then next year, maybe having a baby for you. Maybe.
Oh. This is a great. You heard that, Orlando?
Orlando.
Was that a verbal commitment? I heard.
I have already verbally committed. Everyone knows I verbally committed. But but I did say, even though I verbally committed, I want to. We're going to Houston for Afrotech, and the doctor that I want to use is in Houston. So I told Charles I still want to have a consultation
this year. Okay.
Yeah, pre-baby, to find out like what does it look like. What are, based on my body today, what does he think like I would need, like costs? Obviously that will change year over year, but I was like, I still want to go get a consultation, because baby, if this man says in 10 minutes that he don't want to have baby, I will have my doctor book the next month. So I do not
want to see post-op Reen, with the crop top. Like, it's gonna be a wild season for this woman.
You just know I'll be on this couch with a shirt that end right here. Don't play with me. I gotta show off his hard-earned money that he spent.
Orlando, don't encourage this, Orlando. But talk to me about the pod. I felt like we had a really strong season. We're leaving the podcast this year more motivated than ever. Obviously, hopefully next year we can announce some things with the relaunch and like the development from season 1 to season 3. Like, how do you feel like things have been?
Honestly, I go back and look at season 1, and I was like, we look so different. Yeah. Like, I lost so much weight, you lost so much weight, and I feel like we're more confident now on the podcast than we were season 1. Like, season 1, we were like coming up with things to talk about. Now I feel like we sit down and we'll have an idea in our head, and
we just go. It just goes.
Some days Charles wants an outline. Some days he's like, I already know what I'm going to talk about, so I don't need to look at your outline.
I don't think I've ever sounded like that in my life, but if that's the type of time we're going to be on,
that is how you be sounding. So I will say, when we sat down for the first 3 episodes of the podcast, I haven't seen your outline. Where's your outline? And I'm like, Charles, this is season 3. I've got it. It's we're gonna, and then at the end of You know what? Those were really good.
It was good. Sometimes you got to just hold them accountable. Make sure they're using ChatGPT appropriately.
I use ChatGPT.
There we go. I know. That was an alley-oop.
I be using ChatGPT to help me, especially when we have guests. I will say I do an outline because I want to share questions with them so that they don't feel like they're walking in blind. But I definitely use ChatGPT with the podcast to help me. Even when we're pitching to sponsors, ChatGPT, I will use ChatGPT to write the pitch email. So that's my plug. So just there's a plethora. The world is endless. Uses for ChatGPT. But yeah, I'm excited to grow the podcast. I don't know when y'all. I won't tell y'all a date of when we restarting because it might be a lie.
We shall see. Just know that we about to be in the streets. We hope to see y'all on road at one of these places.
Come say hi.
You know, please come say hi. We love meeting with people, taking pictures with people, and hearing the feedback. Because my question to everybody is, am I as funny as I think that I am?
You're not.
Because if I was waiting on her to give me my flowers, y'all, I'd be waiting for the rest of my life. So thank y'all for letting me know that I am
because nobody
hilarious
thinks they're funnier
on
than
this
Charles.
Podcast. Somebody asked me, was I a comedian today? And I was just like,
he wishes. You honestly though, you did have a comedic.
I had a comedian era. Yeah.
And it was very good.
Thank you, baby. I appreciate that. I thought I was a good comedian, but I stopped because it felt like work.
Being a comedian is very hard.
It's a very hard thing, making people laugh versus just organically being yourself.
Chatting,
when someone pays money to ensure a laugh comes out, that's a different type of pressure.
You know, that's my my highest second-hand embarrassment thing. I hate watching new comedians.
Jesus Christ.
Because I get so much anxiety for them. Like it's not about that I think they're going to do bad. I just am like, is a joke gonna hit? It didn't hit. So I actually don't like watching like new comedy, like Kevin Hart and stuff like that. Yeah. Established comedians I'll watch, but like new ones, I don't like watching like people live because I'm like, we went to a comedy show a few years and I was like this the whole time. I was like, ooh, they're not laughing. I feel bad for you. That's my own weirdness, but comedians, I don't know. I'm very weird about them.
Well, nonetheless, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Thank you for your support. Please, if you have not, leave a comment.
But only a positive one. If it's bad,
only a positive one. But we really need to continue for our growth to like get the comments, get the likes. So if you could just take 5 seconds after this podcast, okay, maybe use ChatGPT, use AI, and write a damn comment about how much you like for Better Best Podcast.
On Apple Podcasts or Spotify.
A long way. We appreciate y'all. Have a good summer. Mwah.
See y'all soon.
We out.